Hello and welcome back to my channel. Do people even still say that anymore? I don't know. I've always wanted to say it ever since I've had the dream of starting a YouTube channel, so I guess that's how I'm starting my videos off with. Um, and before I distract myself with something else, let me talk about this month's theme. This month I wanted to still give a nod to that university school life, even though I graduated back in May of this year. I was feeling a bit nostalgic and missing the back to school season, setting up my journal with my school spreads, which if anybody wants to see, comment down below and I will create some spreads just to show you my preferred bullet journal spreads as well as show you what I had been using. But I went with a boba theme or bubble tea theme because to celebrate the end of the first week of class or the first week and a half of class, my friends and I would get together and have a little boba day where we go to a bubble tea shop, most likely gongcha, and just chat about how our week went, we're excited for school, share our little planners, and obviously sip on some bubble tea. Um, you'll see later on as we progress with this plan with me that as I was filming this, I suddenly had the beyond brilliant idea of turning the little bobas into suit sprites from Studio Ghibli. So I paused filming and I went in and changed up some of my doodles coming up in the later spreads to turn them into suit sprites. And this is where I had the idea of turning them into suit sprites. I'm pretty sure I've seen someone do this or something similar, but I am not sure. I did search up later on Pinterest and I did see plenty of artists doing bubble tea or drinks and sips with inspired by, oh my gosh, I cannot talk today, but sips and drinks inspired by Studio Ghibli films and with especially like bubble tea drinks and boba with these suit sprites. So this is clearly not an original idea, but in the moment, I felt it was original. And there you see me messing up again, which I guess at this point, me making silly little mistakes while filming is the norm. But it's okay. We live and we learn, and this is my journal, and I wanted to still have that bit of personality and the mistakes. Just live with it. I do not have that perfection, or I'm trying to get over that perfectionism, and especially when it comes to my journal, because it does tend to be a little crippling sometimes. And especially after I started posting on Instagram and now YouTube, it affects me a lot more where I have to think about making my journal spreads perfect. But my goal for 2024 was to embrace those little mistakes and just go with it, not think too much. I'm only going to be looking at these spreads for this month and maybe a couple of years down in the future. Okay, confession. I wasn't the biggest fan of the stars I drew around the boba bottle as well, but I was also a little too lazy to fix it, so I just decided to go with it, as one does. Here I'm drawing my calendar, and um, similar to August, I also make a little oopsie in the calendar and have to think about it for a minute. I don't even realize it immediately. You'll see me make the mistake go on like nothing happened until much later, where I just when I finally realized it, I'm just like, okay, it's fine. It's okay. My point about this is that mistakes happen. There it is. And that's when I also realized, and I just decided it's okay. I'll just get some white out and fix it later. And honestly, I can say that or I'd like to be able to say that I have gotten a little better about zoning in on those little mess ups and mistakes. And I forgot that one pink spot, which I realized as I was writing the number down, but it's okay. Things happen. Guys, I'm about to show you my absolute favorite doodles for this entire spread, which you'll see down below on this page. There it is. I decided to draw the little soot sprites, or doodle the soot sprites reaching up for the stars, and it's so cute. I had so much fun like drawing their little arms and their little legs and giving them personality, even though it's just two eyes on a spiky little ball. Just comment down below which one is your favorite. Also, if you want to give names to them, feel free to do so. I know I have, but I won't be sharing their names because I think it's fun having everybody come up with names for them. I asked my sister to name them, and and I also asked her which one's her favorite, and she liked the second one that I drew, and the one with 2 stars in his hand. She said this final one's my personal favorite for some reason. I just love him. He's so adorable. And yeah. So I'm drawing in my habit tracker. As you can see, it's very condensed to the right side of the page. And that is because I'm going to be creating a Dutch door, connecting my little habit tracker and the calendar page, as well as my little weekly task and dashboard. During the time that I am filming this, I had not decided what my habits would be for my dailies and my weeklies, just because I had to film this a little early due to prior responsibilities and just things that were happening and a really busy schedule. And I had edited this like 2 weeks ago, but I just never got around to voiceovers, just because I find the voiceover part to be a little intimidating. But today I decided to just sit down and ramble on, and I guess if you don't want to hear my rambles, you can mute it. I won't feel bad. And to combat my issues with voiceovers, I did post 2 videos where I did not do a voiceover, which was my August plan with me, as well as my 2024 part 1, or like the first half of 2024 flip through, just because I wanted to get those out there and get with a semi-consistent schedule. And my crippling anxiety with voiceovers was not going to stop me. But for September, I definitely wanted to have voiceover, and excuse me, I definitely wanted to have a voiceover for this and not like the previous 2. And hopefully my goal from now on is to have a voiceover for at least my monthly spreads or the monthly setup videos. Everything else can just have the music and little captions on, but for my monthly spreads, I do want to make sure I have a voiceover, and you guys please keep me accountable. Also, speaking of you guys, I can't believe there's 20 of you who actually decided to subscribe. Like, you wanted to look at my content and subscribe and know more. So, shocking. Or I guess not shocking, but it made me feel really happy when I saw it, and I guess that's what pushed me to record this voiceover, because I'm like, there's 20 people out there who decided, okay, I'm kind of invested in her videos and they're kind of cute, so anyway. But I have been a lot more active on my Instagram, just because it's a platform I'm the most familiar with, and I do have a regular posting schedule as of the past 2 months. So for the past 2 months, I have been posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Instagram. But for September, my plan is to post every other day. So I'm gonna post on all the even days of Monday. So the 2nd, the 4th, the 6th, the 8th, and so on. And I decided this after I set up this calendar spread or my content planner spread, and then I realized I don't have a Sunday on here, and even days also fall on Sundays. But it's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll just not do anything too crazy on those days, as I'll only be posting, and those are usually my days where I don't do anything except for maybe like a face mask, skincare, and obviously going to Monday. Now that I'm looking back as myself setting up the spread, I kind of want to add little arms and legs to the suit sprites, and I think I'm gonna go back and add that in once I finish recording the voiceover. And also for my daily spread, I guess, because I haven't been doing weeklies for a while now. I think I stopped doing weeklies in July, because June was the last month I did a weekly spread, just because I don't have that strict like schedule that I need to follow after college, and I like the freedom and flexibility these dailies give. And I did model it off of the original bullet journal method by Ryder Carroll, with where you just write the day down and then write down your task, and then you write down the next day afterwards, with obviously just by making it slightly more prettier and adding a few more doodles and little embellishments for my heading. Okay, this little doodle artwork I saw it off Pinterest, and I kind of mostly just copied and pasted with very little changes made. And that is it for my spread up. But before we get to the final flip through, just to flip back over through August to see how the previous month went by. I also realized I take up a lot more less page space by doing it this way. I can fit a lot more days in a single, like a spread or a single page as well, compared to when I have set weeklies. But here is the final look through of my September spread, and check out my Instagram for still pictures